Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how many people walk through life like puppets on a string? Reacting, complaining, getting offended, exploding in anger because of something someone said or did. They let others control their emotions like a remote control. Make no mistake, that is a weakness. That is the slavery of the mind. The truth is, everything you feel, anger, frustration, irritation, offense, is a choice. And most people don't even realize it. They go through life reacting like puppets, thinking emotions just happen to them. But that's the greatest lie they've ever been sold. No one forces anger into your mind. No one injects frustration into your veins. You do it. You allow it. And that means you can stop it. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. So many people are imprisoned by their minds, shackled by the very emotions that they don't know how to control. They blame the world for their frustration, their sorrow, and their anger. He made me mad, they say. She disrespected me, they mutter. They shouldn't have said that. It's so easy to fall into the trap of believing that the outside world holds the keys to our emotions. But here's the cold, hard truth. This mindset, this small, weak thinking, is what traps us. It's what keeps us from ever feeling truly free. Because when you say that someone else made you angry, you are admitting, whether you realize it or not, that they have power over you. They control how you feel. You let them hold the strings to your emotional puppet show. And that, my friend, is beyond pathetic. But you want the good news? The power has always been yours. You've just been too distracted to see it. You've always had control over your emotions, but somewhere along the way you gave it away. Let me give you a proof. Think about the last time someone insulted you, and you felt that surge of rage. Now pause and ask yourself, if the same words came from a 5-year-old, would you still be angry? I'm willing to bet the answer is no. You'd laugh it off. You'd brush it aside. The words didn't change. The insult didn't change. What changed was your perception of them. That right there is the key to breaking free. It was never the words or the insult. It was you. It was the meaning you attached to them. You gave those words power. And when you realize this, you can take that power back. You can choose to feel peace instead of anger. You can choose strength over weakness. You can stand tall, unshaken, unbothered. The people who master this, who learn to control their emotions, become unshakable. They move through life untouchable, immune to the drama that so many people are consumed by. They don't get triggered. They don't explode in fits of rage. Not because they're passive or emotionless, but because they refuse to surrender their power. When you master your emotions, you master yourself. And when you master yourself, you become the architect of your destiny. You control everything. Everything. The world around you is designed to provoke you. Every time you turn on the news, scroll through social media, or interact with people in your life, you're being tested. Something is out there trying to push your buttons, to get a reaction out of you, and most people, sadly, fall for it every single time. They let strangers on the internet ruin their day. They get offended by jokes, by comments that have nothing to do with them. They let people they'll never meet control how they feel, and it's ridiculous. It's weakness disguised as righteousness. When you react, when you let someone else dictate your emotions, you're proving that you're not in control. You're showing that you are a slave to your emotions. You are giving your power away, and that is what keeps you stuck and powerless. The only way out of this emotional prison is ruthless self-control. You have to train yourself to stop reacting. Every time you feel anger bubbling up, you must pause and recognize that in that moment you are making a choice. You can choose to let it consume you, or you can choose to step back, take control, and find peace. Most people won't take this step. They're addicted to their emotions. They crave the rush of anger, the feeling of being outraged. It gives them a false sense of importance, like they matter because they're angry. But in reality, it makes them weak. The strongest people in the world, the ones who are truly powerful, don't waste their energy on anger. They don't let themselves get bogged down by things that don't matter. They stay focused, sharp, and dangerous. They don't let the world control them. So next time you feel that familiar spark of anger, stop. Don't react, just observe. Notice the feeling rising in your chest, the thoughts racing through your mind. Instead of diving into them, step back. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Is this worth my peace? Am I choosing to be controlled right now? Because that's exactly what's happening. You are choosing to let someone else control you. And that's a choice you don't have to make. The second you master this, your entire life will change. You'll stop being affected by insults. You'll stop getting bent out of shape over disrespect. You'll stop wasting your time arguing with people who don't matter. But most importantly, you'll stop handing over your power. Because that's what anger is, handing over your power for free. Every time you explode, every time you lash out, every time you let someone push you into a reaction, you are showing them that they own you. With just a few words, they can make you dance like a puppet. And that's not strength, that's a weakness. True power is silence when they expect a reaction. True power is laughing when they expect rage. True power is walking away, completely unbothered, while they scramble to make you mad. Because when you stop playing their game, you take their power away. They lose control, and you become untouchable. Most people spend their entire lives controlled by emotions they never chose. But you don't have to be like most people. Master yourself, and you'll master the world. The truth is, other people have absolutely no power over you. Their words, their opinions, their actions, they have nothing unless you give it to them. And if you stop giving it, they have nothing. But most people don't get this. They walk around like puppets, letting everything and everyone dictate how they feel. And that's exactly why they suffer. They let a single comment ruin their day. They let someone's opinion crush their confidence. They let a disrespectful person make them mad. But why? Why give that power away? Why let someone else decide how you feel? That's not strength. That's not intelligence. That's a weakness. Because the second you let someone affect your emotions, you're admitting that they have control over you. And if they control you, you don't. And if you don't, you're powerless. The truth, raw and unfiltered, is that people will always speak. They'll always act in ways that you may not like. They'll criticize, insult, reject, and disappoint you. They will try to push your buttons, say things that sting, or even abandon you when you need them the most. That's life. It's messy, it's unpredictable, and you cannot control other people's actions, words, or behaviors. But here's the empowering part. What you can control is how you respond. You have the power to decide how their words, their actions, and their behaviors will affect you. The most beautiful realization in life is that nothing, absolutely nothing, has inherent meaning until you give it meaning. No insult, no rejection, no disappointment has power unless you choose to let it. It's always been in your hands. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Think about it. A stranger could insult you today, throw words at you like darts, and by tomorrow, you've already forgotten about it. Their words simply don't stick. You might be slightly annoyed in the moment, but by the next day, it's as if it never even happened. But what if a friend said the same thing? Would you be able to let it go so easily? No, you'd take it to heart, stew over it, replay it in your mind 1,000 times. You'd feel hurt. Why? Why does one person's words have more weight than another's? It's not because the words themselves are different. It's because you've decided that this person's words matter more to you. You've attached more value to their opinion. The truth is, it was never about the words. It was about you and what you chose to let those words mean. When you truly grasp this concept, you will become untouchable. Imagine what your life would look like if you no longer reacted to the little things. What if you didn't get offended by the petty comments or criticisms people throw at you? What if you didn't waste precious energy on insignificant things that have no real impact on your future or your happiness? What if you let go of the need for validation and approval from others? Life would feel lighter, wouldn't it? You would be free to choose where you invest your emotional energy. You would stop giving away your power to people who don't deserve it. It's as if the weight would lift off your shoulders, and you'd start seeing the world for what it truly is, full of noise, full of distractions, but none of it matters unless you allow it to. And when you reach that point, something incredible happens. People lose their grip on you. They can insult you, criticize you, even betray you, and it just doesn't shake you. They can call you names, spread lies, or treat you unfairly, and you remain calm, composed, and unbothered. Why? Because you know the truth. You know that their words, their opinions, and their actions are not what defines you. You define yourself. They can say whatever they want, but it's just noise to you. You know that their judgments have nothing to do with your worth. You are the only one who decides what affects you, and if you choose that nothing does, then nothing will. This is the power of self-control. This is the true definition of emotional mastery. But sadly, most people don't live this way. They don't understand that they have the power to control their reactions. Instead, they're weak because they care too much about what others think. They crave approval. They seek validation from the world around them. They live their lives chasing the approval of others, trying to please everyone, never truly living for themselves. They let every single word or action from someone else dictate their emotional state. They feel the sting of insults deeply. They react with anger when they feel disrespected. They act like victims when they believe others have wronged them. And it's heartbreaking to watch because in doing this, they are giving away their power. They are handing over the reins of their emotional well-being to someone else. And most of the time, they don't even realize it. They get triggered by every little thing, a stranger's comment, a family member's disagreement, a friend's slight, and suddenly their whole day is ruined. They get upset, they feel offended, they let anger or sadness take over when really it's all a choice. It's their minds that are reacting, not the world around them. They are reacting because they haven't learned how to control their emotions. They let every insult, every disagreement, every perceived slight affect them deeply. They get angry, they get sad, they get hurt, and they think it's the other person's fault. But the truth is, they are the ones allowing themselves to be affected. They are the ones choosing to let someone else's words or actions hold so much weight. And it's not just one moment of weakness, it's a pattern, it's a cycle, it's a way of life for so many. And it's exhausting, it's draining, it robs you of your peace. Every time you react, every time you let someone else's negativity get to you, you lose a little bit of your power. Every time you get caught up in someone else's drama, you give away your emotional energy. You let them take a piece of your soul. You start to feel like a victim, like life is happening to you, not for you. But it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to live in reaction. You don't have to give away your power. Here's the truth. The second you decide that nothing and no one is going to control your emotions anymore, everything changes. You become immune to insults, you stop caring about what people think of you, you stop wasting your time trying to please everyone, you start focusing on what matters, yourself, and everything else becomes background noise. You learn that other people's opinions don't define you. Their actions, their words, and their judgments don't control you unless you allow them to. And when you stop allowing them, you become untouchable. You stop playing the game, you stop reacting, you stop letting people's words have power over you, and that's when you truly step into your power. That's when you start to feel liberated. You realize that no matter what happens around you, you are in control. You are the one who decides how you feel, how you react, how you move through life. You are the only one who can give meaning to anything in this world. And when you refuse to give power to negativity, to drama, to insults, you reclaim your peace, your strength, your joy. Most people live in a constant state of reaction and they don't even know it. They are driven by their emotions, controlled by the words and actions of others, unable to break free. But you don't have to be one of them. You don't have to live in that prison. You can break free. You can choose to step into your power and stop letting the world dictate how you feel. And when you do, you will find the peace and freedom that has always been within you. So I ask you, will you choose to give away your power, or will you take control and create the life you deserve? The choice is yours. But here's the cold, brutal truth that most people refuse to accept. When you react, they win. When you get mad, they win. When you let their words ruin your day, they win. And you lose. You lose your power, you lose your peace, and you lose control over your mind. You're allowing someone else to pull your strings, to control your emotions, and that is the ultimate form of self-betrayal. It's not just a loss of control, it's a surrendering of your sovereignty. Every time you let someone else dictate how you feel, you're giving away your ability to stand strong in your own life. And the worst part is, you don't even realize you're doing it until it's too late. The strongest people in the world understand something that most never grasp. No one, absolutely no one, gets to control how they feel. No one. They don't get offended. They don't waste their time and energy on pointless arguments that drag them into negativity. They don't crumble under criticism even when it's harsh and unjust, because they have realized the most important truth of all. The only way someone can hurt them is if they let them. And they've committed themselves that they will never allow that to happen. They refuse to be controlled by weak people. They refuse to let anyone's words or actions dictate their emotions. They know their power and they protect it fiercely. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Every day, people will test you. They will try to push your buttons to provoke a reaction from you just to see if they can break you. They'll say things, do things, behave in ways designed to make you lose your cool, to rattle you. But here's the game changer. The moment you stop reacting, you become a mystery. You become untouchable. You become a fortress that no one can break into. And that terrifies people. Because the truth is, many thrive on controlling others. They live for the ability to manipulate emotions, to stir up drama, to get a rise out of others. They crave that power, the ability to make someone else feel small, insignificant, or angry. But when they push your buttons and you don't respond, when you don't give them the satisfaction of a reaction, they're left with nothing. They have no control, no power. They are powerless. And that's when you win. It's in that moment, when you stop giving in to their tactics, that you've leveled up in a way most people will never understand. You walk through the world differently. You carry yourself with an aura of power, one that isn't affected by every passing comment or fleeting insult. You become impervious to the small stuff, the toxic energy that others try to project onto you. You stop being dragged into petty nonsense and drama that drains your soul. The weak people will continue to fight every battle that comes their way, wasting energy on things that have no real impact on their lives. But you've chosen to be strong. You choose your battles. You decide what's worth your time, your energy, your mental space. The weak react to everything. The strong decide what's worth reacting to and what's worth letting go. People who are strong in their emotional intelligence and personal power don't waste time seeking revenge. They don't need to get back at anyone because they understand that control is their ultimate form of retaliation. They seek peace, they seek balance, they seek inner calm. They seek to maintain their power at all costs. They don't let others' actions define how they feel because they know that true power lies in control. The second you stop reacting to every little thing, the second you stop letting people dictate how you feel, you will notice a shift within yourself. You will level up in ways you never imagined possible. You will move through life with a calm and quiet strength. You won't be swayed by the drama around you. You won't be pulled into petty arguments or toxic relationships. You will exude confidence and peace, knowing that no one has the power to shake you. When someone disrespects you, you won't lose your temper or try to justify yourself. You'll remain grounded. When people try to criticize you, you won't let it affect your self-worth. You'll stay centered. When someone tries to make you feel small, you will rise unbothered because you know who you are, and you refuse to hand over your energy to anyone who doesn't deserve it. That is strength. That is true power, and that is what sets you apart from the rest. Because the moment you stop reacting to the chaos, to the noise, and to the small things that others try to use to manipulate your emotions, you take back control. And once you have control over yourself, you have control over your life. And there you have it, the truth about taking control of your emotions, mastering your mind, and choosing not to be controlled by others. Now, I want to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned from today's message that you're going to bring into your life? What's something you're going to start practicing, whether it's letting go of what others say, stopping your reactions, or standing in your power? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to know how you're going to apply these insights to transform your mindset. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more empowering content like this. Your support means the world, and it helps us continue creating content that helps you live your best life. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.